These people are so distracted. It just every time you look up, these people talking about the P Diddy case. They talking about the Baltimore Bridge. They talking about the gender war. How men aren't approaching women anymore. How bad the dating scene has gotten. But they don't realize that these migrants is trying to replace their ass. Already replacing their ass. Not realizing or not fighting for the simple fact that the government gave these families $9,000 of your tax money. And now they replacing and taking your jobs. And they're gonna be living off the back of your tax money. They're gonna be housed. They're gonna be taken care of. They're gonna be doing your jobs, your old jobs for cheaper money because you didn't want to be working for that $14.50. You didn't want to take that $20. Now they're gonna be paying all the migrants that money and housing them off your dime. Nobody's talking about the train derailments anymore that happened in Ohio. All those train derailments we had in the last few years, where they all supposedly, just so happen to drop oil in major water sources. You don't think that's going to affect y'all? But you worried about Kim Kardashian. You worried about celebrity gossip. You worried about what Club Shay Shay and Cat Williams and them said, though. They got you. The media has got you. They keep finding new distractions. Why they changing and fucking up your life? Why they making the cost of living more expensive? Why they making it to where you can't find a job? Where you can't afford housing? And you sit up here on this app and you listen to all these dating coaches and you listen to all these celebrities and you listen to all these news outlets lie and sell you dreams and false hope and fake gossip. And you don't even know what's really going on in the world. You don't even know that your whole life is going to come crashing down. Because you still believing in this American nightmare. Because they done hoodwinked you and they're going to keep hoodwinking you. But it's fine. If you want to keep chasing that American dream that keeps getting farther and farther away, that's fine. But when the migrants are squatting in your house and they beating you upside your head, and they putting guns to your face, and they got y'all living out on the streets, and all y'all living in homeless encampments like the rest of America. There's so many homeless cities in this country. It don't make no sense. I would be surprised if the homeless camps are just as many as the prison camp as the prison facilities in this country. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's fine. It's fine that these big corporations getting away with spilling oil in your water. That's fine. It's fine that Flint, Michigan has had the same messed up water for eons and ain't nobody did nothing about it. That's fine. It's fine when they lay you off because you don't want to work. You don't want to work for $14.50 anymore. You don't want to work for the $20 anymore. So now they fired you, hired the migrants for half of what you make, and use your tax dollars to take care of them and house them. But that's fine. And here's the thing about it. They're gonna build a whole new infrastructure around these migrants. All of these industries they're gonna wipe out. They're gonna snatch all these jobs. All the people who was quitting, who didn't want to go to work, and who were starting their own businesses and doing it. That's fine. They don't care about that. They're gonna figure out a way. They ain't got the AI ready, but they that's why they brought all these migrants over because they wanted cheap labor. See, anytime they don't want to deal with you or pay you what you worth, all they gonna do is find an alternative. And they're gonna price you out. It's gonna be to the point where a lot of y'all gonna be ran out of the savings. You ain't gonna be able to find a job. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna find yourself in one of these homeless communities amongst the homeless. Whether that's underground homeless, whether that's in tent homeless in these tent cities, that's where they want the American people. They want you destitute. They want you on the streets. They want you poor and broke. And I wouldn't be surprised if all these homeless people, they were experimenting on. I wouldn't be surprised if all these homeless people, they snatching organs and selling them. I wouldn't be surprised. So my thing with this video is I just want y'all to pay attention, because I feel like as people, we just too distracted. We just, every time you look up, we got all this news and media and stuff sending us all of these, and it ain't nothing but a distraction. For all you know, that could have been made up. It might not even be real. Could have been CGI. Could have been somebody in a skin mask. With all this new technology and stuff that they got on, they can make anything look like it's real. You don't know that. So you see it with your own eyes, or you have somebody that has seen it or was there that can vouch. But that's fine. That's fine that you're going to be running out of your savings. You're going to be begging people for food and water. You're going to have a sign up. And it's going to be migrants riding around in their nice cars, laughing at you because they took your spot. And they got your tax money to pay for their housing. Because you was too busy worried about celebrity gossip. You was too busy worried about all these different gender politics and women's reproductive rights, all the stuff that didn't matter. All of these different laws and rights that didn't matter, instead of worry about what's really the problem in this country. And see, that's why they confuse you with all these different sexualities and gender wars and stuff, because they don't want you to focus on what's really going on. What's really causing money problems. What's really messing with people's lives. They don't want you talking about that. They want you deaf, dumb, and blind. And a lot of these people out here are deaf, dumb, and blind. And that's why they're going to keep losing. That's why they're going to keep struggling. In the Bible, it says, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. And a lot of people are going to be perishing for lack of knowledge. For being ignorant. For choosing ignorance. Most people choose to be ignorant. Because to be ignorant means what? To ignore knowledge. To ignore wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom normally comes from what? Somebody's experience. An elder's experience. The wise experience. So to disregard, to be ignorant and to disregard knowledge and wisdom is why a lot of people will perish. These politicians, these people gonna lead you right off the cliff. Their goal is they never had intentions to help the people. All they gonna do is keep selling y'all dreams, and y'all gonna keep falling for them. All they doing is selling you hope. They have no intentions on helping you in your situation. No intentions.